This full moon, this pink Scorpio moon, I'm sitting out with synthesis. I decided to write my book a letter. Dear Synthesis, under the light, let me do it this way. Under the light of a pink Scorpio moon, I am holding you. You are out on Amazon now. You hold your head up high because you did it. You made it. Don't worry if people find you crazy or eccentric. That's what makes you shine. You are what started it all. I feel so much love when I read and hold you. I hope you live a great life. Whoever's shelf you happen to grace, I'll be with you every step of the way. Love, Lennon. Your mother. You know, it's strange. After I wrote that letter, and I can see the moon, like it's right here, right? After I wrote the letter, I folded it towards me, like I kind of acted like it was a petition, right? Bringing the feelings towards me, but then I lit it on fire so that I could send that message out to wherever the book is. And as I burn it, it's burning like here in the cauldron. I look up and a soft wisp of cloud moves across the moon. Just a small wisp, like a little fleeting, like smoke. Like it's already made it all the way up there. And it's going to all the places it is tonight. Maybe it's just in warehouses. Maybe it's on somebody's coffee table. I don't know. And it's a surreal... I'm coming at this like this is my child, because it is. And it kind of feels like I'm sending it off young, okay? Like college, right? They're going to make mistakes. People are going to make fun of them and bully them, and you know, they're gonna hit some bumps in the road. They're gonna have some people that might buy the book that it's not really interested, you know? Same thing with sending them off and they go into relationships and things like that. It's the same thing, you know? And it's kind of, I thought I would be elated. I thought I would be elated that if I got a message from someone saying that they bought my book, I thought I would be happy. But it's this nervous sad. It's a sadness because I'm like, it's no longer just mine. It's no longer, it no longer belongs only to me. It belongs to so many people out there now. And they imprint on it, you know? Like, I'm explicit in the book about wanting the book to become make it your own, you know? And don't relationships do that to us? Like I said, this is like a child, right? We send it out to college. They make mistakes, they have some drunk nights, they miss some classes, whatever. And then they meet someone and they fall in love, and then they get in a relationship, and the relationship might not work out, right? And then that breakup imprints on their heart forever. It changes cellular levels in humans, what we go through. And so when I told people to make this book their own, I'm still its mother, but I have to be okay with that person changing my child. I have to love that they're experiencing their own life, that they're out becoming their own person that is devoid of me. And that's a struggle with everybody that is creative, that for everyone that has children, because as creative people, our creative acts are our children in ways. We nurture it, and we get to a place where we're like, you know what? I've done all I can for you. I've done all I can for you. And you put it out in the world. You put that endeavor out into the world in whatever form it is, right? It could be a book, an art piece, a music piece, something that you've poured your heart and soul into, or a video, you know, you make something for a video and you put your heart and soul into it and you put it out in the world, and it no longer belongs to just you, because so-and-so is going to interpret what you've written, what you've sung, the lyrics, into this cauldron of their life experiences. And they're going to interpret what you've said to fit their life. Like a Taylor Swift song or some shit, you know? Like, they're the people that listen, and the people that read it, and the people that are just staring at these abstract paintings, and staring at these art pieces, or staring at these sculptures, staring at these knitwear, you know? Staring at clothes even. The way in which they express themselves is dependent on their life experience, and it is completely devoid of the creator in large ways. It's devoid of the creator. It still has their essence, you know? It still has their genealogy. It still has their soul makeup inside the creative endeavor. But once it belongs with and to someone else, there's this, and that's what the books represent too. These doodles represent parts of my soul and poetic explorations, existential explorations that I have done for myself. And that once it's in someone else's hand and they read a page, look at the image, color the image, whatever, make it their own, they're going to form a relationship with it that will completely transform the book. It will be devoid of, it will be devoid of me in a way that I'm not a part of that relationship. And that's sad. That's sad. You know? That there's going to be some people that have the book that I have no idea that have had a relationship with it. You know, like, it's different if one of my friends texts me or, you know, messages me and says, hey, you know, I really liked this and this about your book. That's me being a part of that relationship, you know. But there might be people out there that I don't know that won't include me in that relationship. And it's the same thing with all relationships. You know, it's up to the two people, or however many people in a relationship, to know how many people you're gonna let in, how many people you're gonna have boundaries with. And it was so good to sit here and write a letter to the book, the one that started it all, because like I've been telling people, this will be 3 books, and it'll be a series, you know, and they'll be like siblings, but not really siblings. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird to explain. They'll be my children, but it's like the court cards in tarot, I guess. They're married to each other, but also kind of sibling, you know? I mean, not Game of Thrones like, you know, but it's just weird. And knowing that this book started it all, and how I have made changes, not many, but changes to the way I've wrote, changes to how I have evolved as this pseudo writer. I've evolved, and the 3rd book is drastically different. It's way more poetic. I've let myself a little bit be more free with the writing style in book 3 than I did in the first one, that I did in Synthesis. So when I wrote the letter, it's surreal. The relationship is surreal, because it did seem like I was writing a letter to the child that is out in the world. They're out in the world. You made it. You did it. You're without me. And it's okay that you don't have any quarters to do your laundry with. It's okay that you're sitting on someone's shelf for a while and they've kind of forgotten about you. But maybe someday they'll pick you back up again. Maybe someday their child will pick you back up. Or they'll give you to a friend who will end up falling in love with you and you'll have a relationship with that totally new person, you know? It's just so surreal thinking about it in these terms, but that's exactly what it feels like right now, is that this child is about to embark, literally about to embark on this great life that might be boring at times and might be covered in coffee stains and might be riddled with dog-eared pages and scratched out, blacked out lines. And it's okay. It's all part of you and that person's experience. And then when book 3 comes out, they'll all be out doing their own thing. But then some people might have the series as a whole, right? Like all 3 books. And then that forms a totally new relationship. A totally new relationship. If someone were to buy like all 3 of the books, right? And have a set. Maybe it's just someone that's, you know, quirky and just wants the 3 books on their shelf and they're never going to read it. But again, it could lead to other things and it could lead to other things and it can network while it's sitting there doing nothing. Just like the human creations that we are. As Alan Watts said, we came out of the earth. We came out of the universe like a wave, which means we were already part of it. We were already part of it. This separation we feel is because for so long we feel like there was a disconnect between us and the universe, but we literally came out of it. We were created from it, and we still live in it. It's this constant cycle that we are in, that we're witnessing through seasons, through the changes of times, through the changes of political structure. We're seeing it, but yet we still feel like we are separate. And we're not. And this book has taught me a lot about what it means to really be interconnected. So it's kind of exciting that Synthesis Oracle has gotten a new cover. That just means that I think it's 5 people out in the world have the exclusive covers, the exclusive first edition covers, which I really liked. I liked that my potion bottle was on the front because that was the whole point, is to have like this alembic potion bottle on the front that would warrant the name, right? But then I was kind of advised by an editor friend to like make all, because it's a series, it's the Synthesis series. There's 3 books that will come out this year, and they really all needed to have some kind of cohesion, and they would have looked drastically different except for like the white, black, gray alchemical thing that I had going on. There wasn't a lot of cohesion, like the fonts were different and stuff like that. So I've revamped all 3 of the covers. The covers are done for the books. And I just finished editing the 2nd book, which is going to come out in August, for Book Lovers Day. That'll come out after the summer. And then the 3rd book will come out in December. I haven't picked a day yet, but probably in early December. But look at the new cover. It actually does, you know, working with my editor friend, it matches because it's called Guides, Strides, and Tides. So having a ship that you could guide, that's going through the tides, going through the motions, was pretty good. And the font and everything for all 3 will look about the same. And they have similar kind of vectors that go with their subtitles. The back says the same, 100 images for the curious and perpetually lost. The cover on Amazon now looks like this. But like I said, the few people that have my original covers will have the exclusive first edition, which is pretty exciting. But this will give the series as a whole a little bit more cohesion. For a little bit more exciting news, I have 3 what they call author copies that I purchased from Amazon, because the ones that I had were from a previous order before I published it, and they were a matte. They were a matte cover, not the glossy, and I wanted to order the glossy. And I ordered three. To see how they printed and everything. To see if there was some, to see if they're, you know, they printed right and everything. Turns out that 2 of the 3 were perfect. They were literally perfect. But then the third one had some sort of a misprint, which just looks like the text shifted wonkily off to the side. So I was a little upset about that. You can still read the text. It's not like it's unreadable. But they made the gutter margin like 2 inches. So it was just a misprint. But if anyone is interested in one of the author copies, I'm giving all 3 of these away, including the misprint. How I'm going to do this is I'll give the first 2 away. Yeah, I'll probably give the perfect copies away with comments from the bottom of this video, okay? And then I'll probably make a community tab post for the misprint, for anyone that might want the misprint, because it's not technically like a real big misprint. It's not a huge misprint, but it's still noticeable. So if someone wants that, they can like comment on my community tab post, and I'll do the good giveaway from there. But for now, if you would like to win a free copy of Synthesis Oracle book from moi, okay, shipped to you, leave a comment below, and I'll give it like 2 weeks. I'll give it 2 weeks, set a date, and then I'll put the date in the description box and in the comment section and I'll pin it to the comment section so everyone will know. And then I'll draw in 2 weeks and leave the winner in the community tab post for the 2 winners, actually, that'll win the perfect editions of Synthesis Oracle 2nd edition, I guess. So, for anyone that has bought the book, I would love, just for a little like shameless plugging here, I would love if you would consider putting a review on Amazon. I know that they're not, it's not like hard, but it's one of those kinds of things that I don't even do on my, like, if I buy products from Amazon, which actually is pretty rare, I rarely leave reviews, but it really helps the books actually to get, for their searchability, like for the keywords and all that I've placed, it puts it a little bit higher in the searchability margin. It's kind of like Amazon's got its own algorithm gods. So if you are the few people that have my book, I would love for you to leave a review on Amazon, okay? That would make my day. And it can just be the star system, I think. You don't have to write anything, but you could just, as a verified purchaser, you have a little bit more clout with the algorithm. So that I would really appreciate if you would leave a review. But anyway, so yeah. I'm super excited because book 2 is done. But like I said, it's already got its publication date. So I'll wait until I'll get through the summer before I work that nerve-wracking process out of uploading it and making sure it's up to Amazon standards and all that. It should be, because it's basically the exact same format and everything as the first book. All brand new images, all 100 and I think book 2 has 110 new images, okay? So for those of you who are liking Synthesis Oracle and are pleased with the process of like an Oracle book, then book 2 is definitely going to be for you. The whole series will, because it'll be over a 300 images when it's done. Actually, I think over 350 images when it's done. So yeah, it's definitely exciting. This has been a soul project for sure, and I'm super excited to get these out there, you know. If you want, go check Marlene'S video out. She just did a amazing video pairing the Synthesis Oracle book with Thoth, and she picked, like, she bibliomanticked to one of my favorite cards, which is the Muse's Laboratory, and it was one of my favorite cards to make. So yeah, look, in the future, in the summer, before book 2 comes out, I would like to conduct a live, and I want y'all's responses for this, like your input. I would like to do a live where you bring your imagination, like in the context, kind of in the same vein as the Synthesis Oracle. We could conduct, like, I will draw your imaginings. Like, you come with a card title, like, kind of, like I said, in the same vein as the Synthesis Oracle. And we'll just, like, have fun, and I'll try to draw, like, what y'all come up with. Like, I know a lot of, and I'll show you some examples from Synthesis Oracle in the beginning of the live to show, like, what I'm looking for. But there's, like, oxymoronic word plays, juxtapositions, things like that. And someone might say sunshine, rain, you know, and that's like a juxtaposition of itself, right? And really out there imaginings for the other abstract thinkers out there. I think that would be like a fun little exercise to get people interested in the series, the book series. So if y'all are interested in a live where I draw y'all's crazy imaginings, I think that would be super fun. I'll just have like a pad of paper, and it will show you how I conducted the whole book, because they're doodles. They're doodles. They're from visions and dreams that I've had, channeled from spirit, channeled from deities, things like that. So it'll kind of give you a look into how I did the books, and it'll just kind of be fun. So let me know if you're interested in that live. I think it'll be fun. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I think that if I did it in the middle of the summer before book 2 comes out, then that can also be a time where I do the second book's cover reveal and title reveal, and it'll just be like a promotional thing for book 2 as well. So I think that I like that. Maybe possibly sometime in maybe early July, late June. The later half, in the late portion of the month, I'm doing my whole Women Who Run with the Wolves live stream. So I might not do it at the end of a month. So I might wait until the beginning of July, like maybe the first weekend in July, if it's not 4th of July weekend. I might pop on the first or the second weekend in July as like a book 2 promotion, cover reveal, title reveal. Let me draw your fantasies, but keeping it, you know, keeping it clean. But really, when I get channeled messages and visions and dreams, they don't come in our language. They come where I have to interpret that through my self-serving logic, through these kind of limiting beliefs in my perception of reality, and through the way that I can interpret a symbolic language. That's how these came through. So they wouldn't have come through lewd or crude, or they wouldn't have come through like that, because it's all in symbols. And then the way I interpret it comes through my own perception of reality. So it's just a really cool process, and I've been loving it, and I'm truly grateful that they're out there. I just can't believe it. I finally showed the book to my sister the other day, and she was super excited. She called me a rock star. But she's not a very abstract thinker, so she's probably not going to buy it. We're pretty much night and day that way. Like, she's very logical, analytical. So even if she bought the book, she wouldn't use it. So, which I know, but super proud that one of my siblings knows and is out there. Somebody in my family, besides the people that live in my house, that finally know that I've made a book. But the whole process has been really exciting and super enlightening, to be honest. I contemplated for so long going through LULU, which would have made the book process the same as like make playing cards, where I have my decks. It would have been like that. It would have been print on demand. They print it when somebody buys it, and then I get a small profit. Actually, the profit on Amazon is smaller than LULU, But I thought that it could reach a bigger audience and it would be a more susceptible. No, I thought it would be more accessible from Amazon than LULU, because LULU, they ship worldwide, but there are countries that they don't ship to, and their shipping process doesn't. I just thought that it would have been a lot more of a headache to go like into shipping to every country through LULU than it would Amazon. Like people, if they have Prime, it can like get there from their own country printer and things like that. And it would have just made it a little bit more accessible. So that's why I finally decided Amazon. It's one of those things where you have to pick your battles. So, you know, I hope that it's accessible, and I hope that the people who have it are really enjoying it. I just love them so much. I love all three of them. Also, going into the fall of this year, book 3 is already done. Book 3 is already done. All the images are done, because I just rapid fired all my visions, went back through all my journals and stuff like that, and super, super happy with book 3 too. It's done, but I've got to like finish and edit it and format it and all that. So I'll work on that in the fall, because that's coming out in December. So pretty much the whole process is already done. I've just got the like logistics to do, and I'm just super excited. So I thought I'd come on and share a little bit of magic that's happening surrounding the series. Let me know about the live. Go check out Marlene'S video for a little bit of some bibliomancy magic with Synthesis Oracle, and let me know your thoughts in general. Okay, for the giveaway, comment, I'm trying to think of a cool word, but just comment Synthesis in all caps, and you will be I'll put your name in the basket, so to speak. Be ran on the date that says in the comments. There's that. Okay. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. Have a good day. Much love.